All right, so tell us like about your Texas Tech like experience being in the Big 12. You're playing against like a major college like all the time. How fun and like how hard was that? You know.
It's like it's so fun because you get to play against like especially at that time, like they were the best of the best. Like they were
Like who did you like play against? Like you know, maybe some of them already in the NBS right now.
I mean the Morris twins, Mario Chalmers.
Mario Chalmers, okay.
I mean you had DJ Augustine, Kevin Durant was there, Blake Griffin. I mean you can go down the list, man. Like it was Big 12 basketball was insane.
Yeah.
So it was so fun to play against those guys. But then also at the time, like I went to Texas Tech, and Texas Tech isn't really it wasn't the basketball school that it is like now, which now it's more like popular being a basketball school. But when I went, it wasn't really that.
So did you guys like ever made a tournament, and what was the closest you got to winning the Big 12?
Shit, we were average. Like we were an average team. We went.
Well, to make the tournament, first of all, do you have to win the Big 12, or is
you have to be one of the top teams of the Big 12. Like now, the Big 12 maybe might take like 6 teams to the tournament, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But when we were there, like it was like we'll take 4, and
so
we weren't
top 4.
Yeah, and we weren't that talented to do that. We had like a whole bunch of like roster turnover. Coach Knight decided that he was going to retire after my freshman year, so that kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
And threw me for a little bit of a loop because I was like, I don't really want to be here.
Like I came for
you. Like I really don't want to be here. And then his son took over, and it was kind of like I don't really,
as a coach.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he was like the coach in waiting, I guess, like the next coach up, and we didn't really have the greatest relationship. So, but yeah, I mean, we never got close to that. I think we got to the NIT tournament, which is like for the people that don't make the big tournament. And we did that. And we lost in like the semifinals of that, but we just weren't as great as we probably could have been. Yeah.
Well, I mean, for a bit, what about Big 12 though? Like, you guys ever get to like semis or?
We got to. I think that the furthest we got when I was there is we got to the quarterfinals because when we were there, like we were not as good. We didn't do as well in the Big 12 like during the regular season. So like you have to play like almost like a play-in game. If you know what I mean, like play a play-in game and then you got to go play one of the top teams. You're like.
You're set up to lose.
Like, this is fun. Okay, cool. You win your first game. Now you got to go play Kansas, who just won the national championship.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
This is cool.
Yeah. What would you say, like, do you have any, like, super memorable matchups or specific games? Or, like, did you play against a player where you're like, he's going to the league?
So I'll give you 2 memorable. I'll give you a player, and then I'll give you, like, a memorable, like, memory. So my freshman year, I played a little bit, but, like, I didn't play as much as I probably thought I was going to. So my freshman year, we go to Kansas, and we play them on their senior night. So I don't know if you like the states, like college, like senior nights are like if you play that team at home on senior night and they're a good team, it's like they're there to beat your ass. Like the likelihood of you winning that game is like very low.
Yeah.
Right. And so we signed up for that. And we got there and we play them. And we're down 40 in like the first half, bro. I mean, like, it is the craziest venue I've ever played in. It's loud. People are going crazy. And I'm looking at this team from the bench, and I'm like, fuck, these guys are freaking pros. These guys are better than us. And, like, they had their walk-ons they had a walk-on who came in, and he had 20 off the bench.
Oh,
and I was like, this is not for us, man. Like, this is not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And luckily, that team ended up winning the national championship, so I felt a little bit better about it. I was like, we got beat by the national champs. It's okay.
Yeah.
But player-wise, Blake Griffin, man.
Oh, wow.
Was unreal. I mean, like, you're talking about a guy who's like 6'9", 6'10", and like at that time, he was like athletic Blake.
And strong. He was already like pro strong.
Yes. Yeah. So like he was strong. He was fast. He could handle the ball too. He just couldn't shoot yet. But like he was a matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
So like you put bigger guys on him, and he was just like
way faster.
I'm just way too fast, and I'm more athletic than you. But he was. I would say him and Michael Beasley were the two.
Oh shoot! You play against Michael Beasley?
Were the two players that I saw that I was like up live in person that I was like.
Where did Michael Beasley go?
Kansas State.
Oh, bro.
I was like, you two don't need to be here. This is not for you guys. You guys need to go to that other level. You guys are not supposed to be here. Those two were probably the two that I saw like. In person, and I was like, holy shit, these guys are on a different level.
Yeah.